You are now listening to Mondays with Mike Martinez.
Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of Mondays with Mike. I'm super excited to have one of my newest business partners here and good friend that I've known for many, many years, Carmen Hernandez. She's my chief financial officer. She's my fractional CFO. I've been working with Carmen for, like 10 years now.
Yep, going on 11.
Going on 11 years. So I'm going to let her introduce herself a little bit. Let's talk about, exactly what you do, Carmen, and let's talk about your background. Where'd you grow up? How was your upbringing?
So, Carmen Hernandez. So, I'm the founder of Elite Business Management Services in Pomona. So, I grew up in Pomona. I think we moved to Calexico. I don't know if you're familiar with Calexico. Yeah. For 4 years when I was a teenager. Greatest time of my life. I loved it. Pura raza. That's all that lives there, and I loved it. And then we moved back to Pomona and then graduated from Gary High School. And that was it. My mom was a single mom, just me and my brother. So
living in Pomona, that tells me that you were upper middle class?
Well, we moved, since my mom was a single mom, right? We always lived either by ourselves or with a family member. We lived with my mom's aunt, which was my grandfather's sister. She didn't have any kids, and she was very, very strict. But I loved her to death. So she was like, you are middle class. And I'm like, oh man, this whole time I thought I was poor. I see my friends, spending money. I don't have anything. And she's like, no, you work for it. Again, she was a business owner. So business owners, it's in my DNA. She owned Mexico Lindo, and I think it was in Ontario before.
It's a restaurant?
Yeah, a little restaurant.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's been around for a long time. And then she sold it, and then she owned a Pomona Cleaners. And that was around for a long time. Then everything, changed in Pomona. But yeah, she was like, you can't go to high school without your makeup on. Like, I had to be ready for the day.
Wow.
Like, I couldn't drink soda out of a can at home. If you're on the go, yes, but you put it in your cup and you drink it, So she refined me.
Very proper. Very proper,
yeah. But no, money-wise, no. That was her, right? Us, no. My mom worked day-to-day paycheck. It was hard, but she did it. She never asked anybody for anything. And then, I graduated high school, the Mexican way, got pregnant, got married.
Right? What's your education level?
I have my bachelor's in accounting, with the bad story behind it, right? So I graduated from high school and I went to Mount Sac. And after that, I had to go to school online because married so young, it doesn't work out, Sometimes it does for you and Natalie, but I had bad luck. So he was very abusive, so that wasn't good. Yeah, so we ended it, so single mom and going to school and working 3 jobs. So I had to, I couldn't depend on my mom because she was, again, a single mom. So she was doing her own thing.
That's probably where you got your work ethic from, though.
Oh, yeah.
You're a freaking hustler, Carmen.
Thank you.
You're a freaking hustler. I give you that.
Thank you.
So you have a bachelor's degree in accounting. You know what I think a lot of people get confused on is I became passionate about business finance in the last few years when I started looking at my profits growing, which a lot of business owners don't even pay attention to. I've been preaching that a lot lately.
Yeah.
But one thing I think that confuses a lot of us is that don't know about accounting is what's the difference between a CPA and an accountant?
Oh, it's a test. It's just your board test, And for me, after I graduated from, school online, Kaplan University, I don't know if you remember, but in 2010 or 11, that school went down. And so my actual certification or my school, my transcripts don't count. So it's like, I didn't even go to college. Yeah, it was a huge lawsuit.
Did that prohibit you from taking the CPA test?
So no. So when I called, was it state board or whatever, and told them I wanted to take the CPA exam, because before it depended on how much experience you had and how long you've been working in the accounting field. You didn't even have to have your bachelor's or anything to take the CPA exam before. And around that same time when that school went down, they said, no, now you do. You need to have your bachelor's. So I'm like, okay. And then that's when I knew it didn't count. It was a whole fiasco. So I said, you know what? I don't need it. I know my shit. And that was that.
And is that the only difference?
That's the only difference. Yeah. But, you know, I don't have anything against CPAs. The thing is, I'm kind of not glad I didn't get it, but I kind of am glad, because I fell into the side of strategic, you know, strategies, accounting strategies, tax strategies, whereas to a CPA, they focus on one thing and one thing only. So if you talk to someone who always talks to their CPA, if their CPA does strategize, they're lucky, because 9 times out of 10, their CPA is just black and white. You know, it is what it is. That's it, you know. And if they have time for you.
There's no creative way around it.
No.
And all that stuff, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
As we work together, I look at, okay, well, where's this money going? And you start preparing me for taxes. I've gotten good at it throughout the years.
Yeah. Do you remember when you didn't like it? And I was like, come on, Michael. And one time you said, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I fucking hated accounting. I mean, I still dread our meetings every month.
Yeah.
But what I'm scared of is I'm not paying attention to it all month until the time of the month comes where I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, I sure as hell hope that my net is not lower than it was last month. That's what I dread. Yeah. I don't dread looking at my expenses, looking at my finances. I know what my revenue is. I watch that like a hawk.
Yeah.
What I dread is my expenses going up and not moving in accordance and in line with my revenue. So meaning that my net is lower. That's what I dread. I'm like, oh man, I hope Carmen doesn't show me that I have more expenses this month.
Yeah.
And that my profits are less, you know, my percentage.
Yeah.
That's what I pay attention to.
Yeah, but nobody likes accounting. No, I mean, I don't know. You have to really like numbers. I sucked at math. God knows why I'm doing accounting now, but I sucked at math my whole life. And I just fell into it. Like, I was pregnant with my 3rd daughter and I didn't know what the heck I was going to do, you know? Do you remember the Penny Saver? Yeah. Remember, it was a little book. So I was looking through it. I'm like, what am I going to do now? You know, and then I saw Liberty Tax classes or whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm going to take this course. Let's just see. And I took it and I loved it. I'm like, oh, wow. Long story short, within a year, I was teaching that class.
So that's interesting because when I went to college for a little bit, I got placed in the highest level of English because I've always been really good at reading and comprehension.
Yeah.
And I got placed in like Learn Math 101.
Yeah.
Like intermediate math, like if I never even took a math class in high school, like beginners. And I was in advanced English. It's crazy,
wow.
right?
Yeah.
So I hated math. I hated math and science. Hated math and science. Now I'm really good at it. And I hate it and I sucked at it because then a few years ago I realized it's money.
Yeah. Now it makes sense to you.
I'm like, oh,
now you like it.
That's easy.
Yeah.
You know, 4 quarters is $1. I get it.
Yeah. So you call out numbers faster than I do sometimes on our meeting. I'm like, what?
Well, it's money. So I care about money.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect segue. I know you said you took a tax course. How did you end up in accounting? That tax course that you took, was it before you went to school for accounting? So like, is that how you got into it, or? Yeah.
So I took that course. I started doing taxes, you know, like seasonal, and then I loved it so much. Clients were like lining up and making appointments with me for the following year, and I just loved it. It just made sense. Taxes made sense. I know, taxes, right? And then. So I started teaching that class, and then I started looking for a job, you know, because that's only seasonal. And I already had my associates actually in accounting, but I wasn't practicing it, you know.
Why did you choose accounting though? Like, as a little girl playing jump rope, were you like, when I grow up, I'm going to be an accountant?
No, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor, but that didn't plan out. So the reason why I started taking accounting courses was because I worked in the corporate world, right? And as they just hired me as, I don't know, back in the days, I'm going to sound old now, when we had CDs. And I was just a customer service rep. So they needed someone bilingual. And you know who Lupillo Rivera is?
Yeah.
Okay. So I talked to him back before he was like big, right? He was just starting. And he's like, hey, I need somebody to talk to my dad, because everybody there was Asian. And just help us out, Carmen. You know, I'll appreciate it. You know, all this stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. And I did. So I got promoted to the accounting side, but for bilingual, you know, only Spanish side. And I started seeing more and more. And then he was telling me, like, can you help me with my finances, you know, on the sales, you know, for his CDs, and because you know the cost and you know all this. So I started doing it for him on the side, and I loved it. So I'm like, you know what? I want to know more about financials, and that's what hit me. So I started taking that course in accounting, you know, at Mount SAC, and after that, it just one thing.
You just kind of fell into it.
Yeah, I fell into it. Yeah.
So can we get Lupillo Rivera as our client now?
I know, huh? No. Then he got really big, and he's like, I don't know you. No, but yeah. And then after that, oh really? You know what? He's the nicest guy ever. I mean, he would go in there bald headed with his cut off sweats, like shorts, you know, Long Beach boy, just very nice.
So I told Natalie for my 40th birthday that I wanted him to perform at my birthday party.
Really?
On my 40th, and she couldn't get him.
He lives in Temecula.
I know, but she couldn't book him because he was traveling. Oh. So my birthday, we celebrated in November, my 40th last year, previous year. So she couldn't book him because it was going to be like a big deal. It was a big deal. My 40th was a big deal.
Nice.
So we couldn't book him because he was traveling. He was out of the country. Yeah. So we got Voces de Rancho at my party. Do you know who they are?
Nope.
they're
I probably heard of
they're
them.
The same days as Lupillo.
Nice.
But we need to go out and get him in as a client, because that'd be a good client for us.
Who knows what he's doing now? I don't know what he's doing now.
A bunch of stuff.
Who knows?
So that's how you got into it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you work as, I know the answer, but I want the audience to hear it. So when you got your degree and you took the tax course and you did all that, did you end up getting a job as an accountant?
Yes, as a controller, actually, for the biggest chain of gas stations in Southern California.
So is that a controller higher than an accountant?
Yeah, you're the controller for the whole business. Yeah, so I had accountants or bookkeepers under me. I think it was about seven to 10. Yeah.
How long were you there?
I was there for about 6 years, 6 or 7 years. And then I said, I'm going to open up my own business. And he's like, no.
Was that your only accounting job?
No, I had other ones before. Gosh, I don't remember them. I think one was like a staffing agency, here and there, you know, just a few little things there. But then I had so many problems on the personal life, you know, with the baby daddies. So I couldn't grow, you know. So it's kind of like when you have to put your foot down, you know. And me seeing my 3 girls, like, you know what, I need to get my shit together, you know, for these girls, because they're seeing me. Like, if they're gonna see me give them this life, they're gonna think it's normal, and it wasn't normal. You know, the life I was living and giving them was not normal. I wasn't bad or on drugs or anything, just bad relationships, and you don't want that. So I just, you know, stayed single, you know, that's when you bear down.
That's when you got the job as a controller?
And that's when I got the job as a controller, yeah. I just started looking for better jobs who really wanted me to be there full time and with the company that I could grow. So at all my interviews, I was like, okay, what is it that you're looking for? This is what I could give you. You know, what can you give me in return? So I wasn't nervous in the interviews because I was interviewing them. Like, this is the future for me and for my kids. And
you're dropping some nuggets right now.
Yeah.
You're dropping some gems.
Yeah.
So I want to point out what you said right now, because a lot of business owners don't realize that this is the magic hack right here. Put yourself in Carmen's shoes, okay? Yeah. Put yourself in your employee's shoes. That's what I try to do. Carmen said, I was looking for a company that I can grow with. Yes. I was interviewing them. So a lot of business owners think that you're interviewing the person that's going to work for you. Yeah. You're interviewing each other. Yes. You're seeing if you're a good fit, if you're aligned, and if you're going to give them the opportunity that they're looking for, that they need. Yeah. If they're going to dedicate their life to your work and your business, is opportunity going to be there.
Yeah.
Right. So those are freaking some nuggets right there.
Yeah.
So let's talk about when you opened your business.
So I had someone who owns a huge gas station said, hey, I want you to do my books. And I'm like, well, I can't because you're doing it through, where I work at. If you ever open up your own business, let me know. I'll be your first client. So I'm like, okay. So that he planted the seed. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go for it, because I'm working 3 jobs, by the way. I was still doing 3 jobs, even though if I was a controller there. So I said, instead of doing 3 jobs, I'm going to work for myself.
Why were you working 3 jobs? Do accountants not make any money?
So yes, but again, you got to remember 3 kids, as it is, married with kids, it's hard. And no, he wasn't paying too well, but so I had to venture off.
So was it when you were the controller for this huge, gas firm, you weren't working directly for the company? Yeah,
I was working directly for him. Yeah, but the pay wasn't that great. So it was always a promise, Carmen, by next year, you're going to be at this rate. It's like dangling the carrot, I'm like, okay, great. So for now, and he knew I had other side jobs, like on the weekends, I taught the taxes for Liberty. And not only that, for people who wanted to buy franchises for Liberty or H&R Block, so I would give the classes to the owners, so he knew I had that.
On finance or on taxes?
On financing, yeah. So he knew that. So he was like, well, you still make it on the side, So I said, you know what? I was going to buy a Liberty franchise, actually. And then I said,
Thank
no.
God you didn't.
No, I didn't. Yeah, no. Then I'm like, what am I doing? I see, all the gorilla stuff that they have to pay. Yeah, what am I doing? So I just told him I'm going to open up my own business. I was like very transparent with him. And he's like, oh, no, don't leave me. I said, no, I have to try this. He said, okay, you're going to fail. He did tell me, you're going to fail, but your job is right here. Whenever you're ready, whenever you feel the ass kick, you come back. It's here. I'm like, okay,
That's a good deal.
Yeah, that was, no.
So you never,
that was in 2013.
You never went back?
No,
I never did.
I'm still dealing with the ass kicking. No, but I have a lot of time now for my kids and stuff, so it worked out.
All right, so let's get down to what people want to know.
Yeah.
Well, number one, how hard was it? What was the most difficult challenges? Was there anything easy about opening up your own business? And what did you do to get started? How'd you find clients? That's always my biggest question.
Yeah.
Like things that I always wonder when people start a business. Like, fuck, how did you get started? How did you find your clients?
Yeah.
Like, what did you do to get started?
Yeah. So that was the hardest thing. So I talked to my mom and my brother because I was in 1 bedroom, living with my mom and my brother, like with all my kids. And they're like, what do you mean you want to do that? I said, yes, I'm going to do it. So do you guys have my back or not? And they're like, well, yeah, what do you need?
What choice do we have?
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, go ahead. But I've always said, scared money don't make money, right? So I said, this is how much money I have put aside. I had one of my uncles who, I didn't grow up with my dad, so he was more like a dad. And I told him, hey, I need $2,500. You think you could let me borrow? And he's like, yes. He gifted, but I gave it back to him, double, at the end. So with that, I jumped off. I looked for a place, that was available, a little rinky-dinky office in Pomona that I knew was going to be busy, which it is, thank God. And as soon as I knew, when they gave me the keys, as soon as I knew what day I was going to open, I called that big client, with the gas station. I said, hey, all right, I got my own business. He said, okay, what do you need from me? And he was the first one I signed up.
I already know.
Yeah.
Send me your bank statements, send me your credit card statements.
Yeah.
I already know the drill.
Yes. And I told him, thank you for believing in me. And he said, what are you going to do now? Like, who are your other clients? You better get to it. I said, okay. So I started reaching out, made flyers. I started stopping by businesses. I just all by myself. And then I had Thu, which you met, the older lady. She's been with you that long? She's been with me since then. Yeah, she was actually used to work in Liberty. And she said, if you ever open up your business, I'm going with you. So
is she an accountant?
Yeah, she's an accountant. Yeah. But she's retired, so she only likes to work once in a while. Yeah, so we just started calling sales, which I suck. You know that.
You actually don't. You actually do not suck at
really?
sales. And you got to stop telling yourself that.
Oh, I know. I got to stop.
You're great. I know humility wants us to tell ourselves that.
Yeah.
Being humble, right? Oh, I'm not very good at sales. Like, no, you got to start talking to yourself different. Like, I'm a fucking beast. I'll close anybody.
Yeah.
Right? and then you start believing your own bullshit.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, it's true. You're like, oh shit, I really can't close people.
Yeah.
But so what was the most challenging part?
The most challenging part was, so when I opened up my business, I was still working, 2 little side jobs, just to make sure. So it was like going to work, going to the second one, going to the office, me running around with all my kids, like they were like sleeping on the chairs and everything. But it was really challenging paying. And then I moved out. I was able to move out. So paying my rent, making sure my kids have everything they need, and making sure the office makes enough. And when I stopped working, that was the scariest part. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop working and just focus on my business. I was so scared. That was...
Who you telling?
Oh my God.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Scariest thing I've ever had to do.
But you know what I thought? I was like, if God, can, and sorry, I'm gonna preach a little bit. If the birds get up and know that they're gonna go and get a worm every day, God has them, why won't he have me? And that was it. Or how my brother likes to say it, if a crackhead can do drugs every freaking day without having a job, why can't you go get money?
Are you gonna let a crackhead outwork you, Carmen?
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? If they could go and get it, so can I,
Yeah.
Yeah.
How uncomfortable was it going out there and freaking door knocking for clients and stuff?
Dude, you know what? It's so scary because men, so men, it's a man's world. Not anymore. It's starting to be a woman's world. I don't know if you can tell, but it's starting to shift.
Well, so I'm going to let you in on a couple of those secrets.
Yeah.
Okay? Still a man's world.
It's still there. It's shifting.
Even though women are smarter than men.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I know. So
I'm pro woman.
Yeah.
Because since my wife joined me in our business ventures the last 3-4 years, I'm finding out that she's smarter than me. Don't tell her though. I hope she's not watching. Don't tell her though, because then she lets it go to her head, Last thing you need
As it should.
Last thing you need is hyping her up more. But women are number one. I really, really think that women are smarter than men. I know guys are going to be pissed that I'm saying that. You fuckers know it's true, though. Don't be dumb. And then the second thing is women are more loyal than men.
Yeah.
Men are like doggy dog. Like they'll. This is just my opinion, by the way. This isn't fact.
Yeah.
This is my opinion, whatever it's worth. I think men are like brutal. They're brutal. They'll fucking stab you in the back in a second. Women could too, but it's more rare.
Yeah.
I find that women are also better at sales. They're more understanding. They're more compassionate.
Yeah.
They're more authentic. Like they really want to help you. Where men are just like, where's the money, bro? Show me the money. Let's go. Next one.
Yeah.
And they're more passionate about helping people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just, again,
we're more
hold
nurturing.
it against me. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm fucking team men too, but it's still a men's world. Yeah. It really is, but it is.
It's kind of shifting.
Yeah,
it's kind of shifting.
It's debatable. There's statistics on this.
Yeah.
But I really think that women are a huge asset to businesses and success. Like my wife.
Yeah.
So was there anything easy about starting your business?
No. No, there's nothing easy. I mean, from the name to a logo to how am I going to, how are you going to do it, to going to open up a bank account, to what kind of entity, but all that just made it even better, like me taking the leap. Now I could tell my clients, like me, if I was able to do it, you could do it.
Don't be a little, like Grant Cardone says, don't be a little bitch.
Yeah, don't be a little bitch. Just go for it. Which I always tell my clients, oh, I'm thinking about opening up a business. Well, so what's stopping you? Like what's stopping you? What you don't have any money? Okay, so go get the money. There's money. The money's out there. Go and make it.
How long have you been in business?
12 years. 12 years this June.
And is there anything easy about it now?
No. No. I mean, do I enjoy it
12
more
years
so?
of suffering and pain.
Yeah. Do I enjoy it more so now? Yes. And I learned a lot from my clients. I've learned a lot from you, you know. I've learned now to work on my business, not in my business. And it's so hard because I love my clients and I want to be in the books and I want to be in the numbers and I want to be the one to call them and I want to be the one to recommend them certain things or whatnot. But now looking at it from afar, you know, and seeing my team growing, it's a good feeling. Yeah, it's a good feeling.
What's the biggest challenges right now in the business?
Hiring the right people. Yeah.
Why is that so important?
It's important because we want to hire people who are loyal and want to grow with us, you know. I want to find people who, when I used to interview, you know, they're looking for the same thing. I don't want to hire someone who's just looking to be with us 2 to 3 years and then move on, you know. I want to hire someone who wants to be part of my family, you know. That's what I see. It's part of my family because you're at work most of the time, you know, and they're relying on you, and I want them to feel like they're working for someone who's looking out for them, and not even like a job, something where they like to go and do.
You know, years ago, probably say like 4 years ago, when I started getting involved in real estate, I was part of a mastermind. And one of the guys in their mastermind, shout out to my guy, Angel Garcia. One of the guys
Angel.
You know,
I love Angel. Yes,
so
such a nice guy.
Angel told me this one time. He's like, dude, so we're going to be coaching and we're going to be putting on this mastermind. He goes, I want you to teach leadership. And I'm like, the fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean leadership? He goes, bro, you're a really good leader. I'm like, dude, I don't, why are you saying that? He's like, well, look at your team, look at the way you run your operation. I didn't realize like my value.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I think I was a good natural leader, not great. And then my brother told me, when he joined my real estate company, like a year after that, he's like, you're a good leader, bro. He goes, but you could be great.
Yeah.
He goes, you could be great. So he goes, you still need to polish yourself as a leader. And this was probably about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, the fuck do you know, right? My approach for my brother's comment was different. His opinion was different. I'm like, what do you know?
Yeah.
And with Angel, it was like, it was shocking, it was flattering, but it was shocking. So when my brother said it, I'm like, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I am a good natural leader and maybe I could be a great leader.
Yeah.
So let me start studying leadership. So that's when I got involved with 10X. I started studying John Maxwell, Simon Sinek, a bunch of authors about leadership.
Yeah.
And Brandon Dawson, my greatest mentor. Grant Cardone, another great leader. So I started like learning more leadership. And then I realized that I was not good. I was average. Then now I think I'm getting to good. Mm-hmm. I want to get great. But the reason that I bring all this up to you, Carmen, is because you're a really good leader.
You think so?
Yes.
Thank you.
But I think you could be great. I think that we got to work on that.
Yes.
So that, because think about it. If we were great leaders, no one would want to leave our company.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
I just lost my director of overseas operations. He was overseas. I was on vacation for a week and a half. And I just got the news, random text while I was like on a boat or something.
Yeah.
Random text like, hey, Sam just left. He just quit. And I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I was doing a great job of developing him. I put 2-3 years into work in this kid. And I taught him a lot. You know, I taught him about metrics, targets, leadership. I taught him a lot. And he took 9 employees with him.
Yeah.
So if I was such a good leader like I thought, that wouldn't have happened.
Got it.
But then again, there's just some people that even if you give them the world, they're still going to take you for granted. They're not going to appreciate it and they're going to roll. So we just need to be prepared.
Yeah, that's hard.
So what do you think, Carmen? I think now is the perfect time to introduce our partnership.
Yeah.
A lot of people that follow me on social media, they're already aware that I am now your chief revenue officer, your fractional with Elite Business. My job is to make sure that the business is growing revenue-wise, and Natalie is also involved as a fractional COO with operations, optimizing the operation, making sure that we're delivering customer service at the highest level possible, that client fulfillments and everything is running smooth. The culture's there, the growth is there. So let's talk a little bit about some of the services that we offer.
Yes.
Okay. So what is our specialty, Carmen?
Our specialty. So, and I always tell the people this, like, do you know who we are? You know, do you know what we specialize in? So there's a handful of us out there who are tax strategists. And I like to say accounting strategists. You cannot find a lot of strategists out there. It's very hard to find a bookkeeper, an accountant, or a CPA who likes to strategize, because it's so time consuming and they have to like what they do. Right? They have to care. That's what I think, that they have to care. It's not the tedious work, because I don't think it's tedious. I think they have to care about their clients to want to help them strategize. Yeah.
I think that's why we're so aligned. And I think that's why you and I get along so well, because I'm all about strategy.
Yeah.
Right? So when we have our monthly CFO calls, I'm just going to kind of lay it out, the lay of the land, so people understand what I do, our relationship, and how you help my business. So what we do is once a month for 1 hour as my fractional CFO, we analyze my revenue, all of my expenses, and the profits, and we identify where my expenses are abnormal.
Right.
Okay? Like when you came in, you had never been to my office.
Yeah.
And we're walking around and I'm like, I paid $25,000 for this motherfucker. You're like, I know, right? Because you see all of my finances. Yeah. So that's a key part of it.
Yeah.
As a CFO should be telling you, right, based off of your business, they should be telling you, you know what, I think your labor cost, what you're paying for employees, is not normal.
Right.
It's abnormally high, or you're spending too much on operational cost, or damn, your cost of goods is like through the roof. I don't see this for this type of business. And then identifying why it's so high and what are we gonna do to fix it.
Right.
Same thing with the profits. Where are we gonna reinvest? How are we gonna grow the business? How much should we be allocating to investing in technology or in additional labor cost or what have you? So I think those are the things, but bringing it really down to the basic fundamentals, bookkeeping.
Yes,
right?
Number one. Yeah. And I always ask my clients, why did you start your business? You know, when it's a brand new client coming in and they're like, I would like either just bookkeeping, just basic bookkeeping. Okay. So I always ask, why did you start your business? Is it to sell it later on? Is it to grow it? Is it your 9-to-5er? Like, you know, are you going to work in it? Are you just creating a job for yourself? Like, tell me about it. And at the end, it's always the same answer that I tell them. You know, it's you start a business to create generational wealth, right?
Right.
That's the main goal. How do you get there? Well, did you structure it correctly? Is it benefiting you when it's time for you to do your personal taxes? Nobody thinks about that. They just think, I'm going to go open up a business and that's it. You know, what did you open up? I don't know, a DBA. Oh, well, what kind of structure do you have? Well, I don't know. I just opened up the business. Or an LLC. Okay, why did you open up an LLC? An S Corp, a C Corp. Why? Do you know the difference? You know, does it benefit you? Just because it benefits John Smith doesn't mean it benefits you. You know, so it's all those things to take into consideration, and then structuring their books, right? Making sure their books make sense to the type of business that they opened. And now we get into bookkeeping. Okay, are you reconciling your bank accounts? Man,
What does that mean? For those people that don't know what that means.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what that means.
Nobody
So
does.
they're like, I have QuickBooks online. It's
We
like,
don't all have a
it's
degree
linked.
in accounting.
Yeah, no, no. So it's linked. You know, all my stuff is in there. Yeah, I do it myself. Okay. So I look in there and I'm like, you haven't reconciled. What is that? I'm like, okay. So when you reconcile something so simple, you have your bank statement in front of you. It tells you what your beginning balance was, right? And what your ending balance is. And in between that, you flip the pages, everything that came in, all the deposits and all the expenses. Basically, it's balancing, making sure that those were all correct, right? You did spend that much at Home Depot. You went out to eat. You bought a new computer, all this stuff. All these deposits did hit. It wasn't a transfer, you know? You don't want to pay tax on money. Maybe you had a loan, $100,000. You should see when we had SBA, when SBA gave out all that money, so many people were coming in to fix their tax returns because their bookkeepers or accountants accounted that money as income, so they paid tax on on that money. And I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah, so that's the number one mistake.
So they're paying money on tax that they don't have to.
No,
and a lot of money.
Yeah, or transfers. You know, if your bookkeeper doesn't know, you know, that transfers. Maybe you're just moving money. You know, we move money from entity left and right.
Yeah, well. Don't tell people what I do. No, but this is one thing. Yeah. This is one thing that is very interesting to me, and I think I've gotten a lot more sophisticated in the last few years with finance. Not just working with you and the team, but also going to Cardone Ventures finance workshops. I've done it twice already. They teach you all the basics, and then I have a guru to help me get more sophisticated with it. Yeah. But here's the thing, though, when you got bookkeeping. To me, that shit is boring, right? Yeah. You hit me up once a month or even twice a month, you and your team, and you're like, okay, what is this transaction right here, Mike? What did you use this for? Yeah. And then I'll tell you, well, I bought real estate in Guatemala. Okay, we're gonna write that as a loan, right? We're gonna write that as a loan, and then that's gonna be money that's gonna be owed to the business from your Guatemala's real estate ventures. Great, right? So we're aligned. What I care more about as a CEO and as a business owner, I don't care about the reconciliation. I would rather have your team do that boring shit. Yeah. You know what you're doing. It's boring. Yeah. And by the way, guys, there's horrible bookkeepers out there too. Oh yeah. I'll tell you right now, I don't want to name any names, but I used to have an account that freaking sucked.
Yeah, I know.
When we met.
I fixed all that.
You fixed all that. Shout out to Ernesto with ADP, because he's the one that connected
Ernesto,
us.
Yeah.
So I had a horrible accountant bookkeeper. Horrible. She got me in a lot of mess, and when I told Ernesto, my buddy from ADP, he's like, I got somebody that could fix all that, bro. Don't even worry about it. And then I was a lot smaller back then. I think I was doing like 200 grand a month. I'm doing 2 million now. So it was a mess back then. Imagine if I would have been at the level I'm at right now with that fucked up accountant. Yeah. Oh my God, I'd probably be in jail already for IRS issues. But bookkeeping is, to me, super boring, out of tedious. I don't want to deal with that. Yeah. All I want them to do is ask me, what was this and 99.9% of the transactions, you already know. Yeah. Where to allocate them, what they were. And there's that 0.01 that you're like, what is this? You send me an email, send me a call, or call me. That's what this was for. You know where to put it. Yeah. You know where to allocate that and how to expense it.
And the most important thing, fraudulent, if there's fraud.
Yeah. So I've only had a few of those. Natalie helps me though. She catches that stuff quick. Yeah. So what I want to know as a CEO and as a business owner, what I want to know is I want to see the high level overview of everything. Once Carmen and the team, once you prepare everything for me and you do all the bookkeeping and you've allocated all the expenses, I want the high level view. Where is my money going, right? I kind of have an idea, because I think you've seen this too since Natalie stepped in the last 6 months in debt collections with labor cost. She lowered my labor 5%. Yeah. That's a lot, guys. Yeah. $2 million a month. What's 5% of that?
I don't know.
100 grand.
I'm kidding. I knew you were going to say it.
So that's a lot of money that she saved me in labor. That's a lot of freaking money, right? The second one is looking at our operational expenses. Like, I already know I spent $25,000 for my freaking office, but everything else, sometimes I get hit with stuff. I'm like, why am I still paying for this? But if you guys are not paying attention to that and you have a business, which I don't care what you say and what you think, 95% of you fuckers ain't paying attention to that. No. You're just not.
They don't.
Right? I've had to cancel like Instagram subscriptions for $1,000 a month. I'm like, dude, why am I still paying this? Yeah. Because we catch it. Because
that's accounting.
That's accounting. That's accounting. Well, CFO's more strategy.
And CFO, CFO's more strategy and all the red flags. So bookkeeping, basically your bank reconciliation, making sure your books are balanced, books to bank, right? Yep. Just making sure you're balanced. There was nothing fraudulent, and that's it.
So in a nutshell, what we specialize in, what we can help you with, you guys can always send me a DM, or you can message Carmen's business page. We're going to give you the links right now. But if you guys end up DMing me, you're going to get my personal attention on what you need for your business to get full visibility, transparency over your finances. So in a nutshell, taxes, business taxes, guys, come on. I know there's a lot of businesses out there. You guys haven't even filed taxes since you started your business 10 years ago. Right?
Yeah.
It's not, I like to say this, it's not a matter of if the IRS is going to catch up to you, it's when they're going to catch up to you.
Yeah, and then what if and then we're in the state of California, right? So the state of California will catch up to you faster than the IRS.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've had bank levies.
Yeah.
I've had bank levies. So.
Yeah, but not from me.
But it gets past us and we catch it and then we fix it.
Yes.
I've had freaking $500,000 IRS audits that you may go away for like 20 grand.
Yeah.
Like that's true story, guys.
Yes.
I don't bullshit.
And that's all by having proper books, you guys. You know, it's whether you have a bookkeeper, an accountant, or a CFO. If you don't, you guys need to reach out, because clean books, correctly structured books, you know, your chart of accounts, the whole shebang. That's what we do, you know, to make sure that you're able to read your reports correctly. 1, understand your business. 2, and 3, don't pay so much in taxes. That's not what you're in business for. You know, you're in business again to create generational wealth, and you want to make sure that your business is on track to do that. You know, how do you know if it's on track? By looking at your financials.
I just want everybody to think business taxes, even personal, but we're more business specialists. Business taxes, bookkeeping, accounting, CFO. When you think of that stuff and you need help with it, I want you to just picture me and Carmen helping you with it. And that's it. Send us a DM and we'll definitely get you guys all taken care of. Aside from that, if you decide to become a fractional CFO client, are we the cheapest in town? Probably not, but are we super expensive? No, we're not. But what you get also, if you decide to do that, is you get me. And I'm going to look at your business. I'm a $25 million producer. I'll look at your business and I'll give you my input. We do that for our CFO clients. The first 3 sessions that we're looking at your books and your finance, I'll give you my input. Yeah,
on a Zoom call, so you have Michael on there.
Yep.
Then you can ask him all the questions you want.
So I'm partnered with Carmen on this business now, and I'm just going to share strategy because we're running out of time. So I'm going to share strategy with you guys on what I'm doing to help Carmen grow the business. Okay. Number 1, we're looking for businesses to buy. We're looking for an accounting firm that's going to cost us under $1 million, that's generating at least $1 million in annual revenue, to buy and attach to her business. And I'm looking to do this maybe once a year, right? Until we get her business to where we want it. Revenue-wise, 10 million is always a target. The second thing that we're doing is, that's kind of a long-term strategy. The immediate strategy is we're hyper-focused on marketing and sales, right? What is marketing and what is sales? You guys got to go back and watch all my 25 episodes that I've already had, because that's all I talk about is marketing and sales. That will get your business to your first $1 million. And then just replicating that, duplicating that through your staff and through your team, you'll be at 10 million in no time. So those are some of the strategies that I'm implementing with Carmen as her partner, coming into the business ventures, and just want everybody to know that.
Yeah. My team love the videos, so.
Yeah, let's roll. Let's roll. So, Carmen, where can people find you on social media?
On Instagram, you can find us at Elite BMS INC. We have a website, www.elitebmsinc.com. We also have a Facebook, again, the same, Elite BMS INC. Yeah.
So I gotta
and TikTok.
I gotta give Carmen a huge shout out. I'm super proud of her. She has been pumping so much social media content, and it's good. It's funny.
You know
it's
what?
Informative.
You know what? Like, I love all my clients, but you know, you've been my client for so long, and you have a big, impact on me. You do. You know, you and Natalie. I've seen how much you guys have grown, and I've been offered to partner up with other people, and I always would tell you like, hey, no, if I'm going to partner up with someone, it's going to be with you guys. And every new thing that you guys are seeing is, you know, because of Michael. He's like, don't stop, keep going. So yeah.
No, thank you, Carmen. Me and Natalie are both super proud of you, and that's why we talked about it. And I had been putting it off for a while. It was inevitable. I own a collection agency. Yeah. We're accounts receivables. We're in the finance space. You're in the finance space. It only makes sense. My clients are your clients. Your clients are my clients.
Yeah.
It's all in the same wheelhouse. And it's an integrated business, which is very strategic.
Yes.
When it comes to business growth.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for what the next 12 months has in store for us. And we're going to keep aggressively pushing the businesses forward. So again, guys, if you want to be a part of our growth, if you want to help us and be a client, we love to show you the same love and respect back and help you grow your business and make sure that you guys have control over your finances. So
yeah, and we're good at checking out prior year tax returns.
Don't get me started with that, Carmen.
Man, Abby is such a guru. You know, she's so great. If you ever want to have somebody look at your corporate tax, even your personal, she will tell you what you're missing.
Since I joined this business with you, Carmen,
yeah,
I'm shocked and surprised at how many freaking people
don't do their taxes.
Don't do their business taxes.
Yeah.
What the fuck's wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you guys?
Yeah.
So bookkeeping, okay, everybody's a tight ass. Like nobody wants to pay $300 a month for bookkeeping. I get it.
Yeah.
Like you're underestimating the importance of it. I get it. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
Because
they don't want to spend that money.
You guys don't want to pay. But I'm telling you that you're underestimating the power of doing your books.
Yep.
Number 2 is an accounting. We charge $500 a month. That includes your bookkeeping.
Yeah.
And you get an accounting professional to work with you every quarter and review your profit and losses.
Yes.
$500 a month, right? I get it. You guys don't want to pay. I get it. But you're underestimating the value and the power of having a good accountant on your team.
Try 1 month. Just with that 1 month, you're going to be like, what? No, I need this. I need it.
CFO is probably not for everybody. If you're doing $1 million a year and you're profitable, if you even know you are, you should have a CFO on your team.
Yes.
Fractional at least. If you're 2 million, 3 million, my goal is to get businesses to 5 million as soon as possible a year. That's my goal. So you're underestimating having a finance team, right? But where I really get shocked and where I really can't forgive anybody is not filing your corporate taxes. Like, I'm just in shock.
Yeah. And the penalties, you guys, those are high. And that's the #1 way to get audited. Like, don't do it, you know? Just get to it.
I think there's only 3 things that I'm afraid of that I fear in life.
Yeah.
Number 1, God.
Yes.
Number 2, my wife. And number 3, the IRS.
It's a woman's world. I told you.
I know. Don't tell Natalie
the IRS. Don't be afraid of the IRS. Be afraid of the state of California, Franchise Tax Board. I always tell my clients that. No, the IRS will send you letters. You know, they won't call you. They'll send you letters, maybe show up at your door, you know, but to work something out with you.
Yeah, but they'll throw your ass in jail, though.
The state of California will go into your bank account and take what they'll
wipe you out.
They'll wipe you out. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then maybe make an appointment with you to try to work it out.
If they have time.
Yeah, if they have time.
Thank you, Carmen, so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
This was fun, and you know, it was a good way to celebrate our partnership. I look forward to doing big things with you this year.
Thank you.
And we still have half the year to do some damage.
Yes.
To make a statement in the accounting industry. So, guys, thanks for watching. I hope this was impactful. I hope it was very helpful for you business owners that are trying to see your profits growing. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. We'll see you guys next time on Mondays with Mike. Let's go.
Yeah.